Hi, I'm Ricka from rickabrandon.com. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how you can more accurately find out if a candidate is actually going to be good at the job versus just a great interviewer, because that is one of the most common frustrations for entrepreneurs and small business managers, is that somebody shows up at the interview and they're awesome, they're so great, right? And then they start the job and you're like, what happened? Is that the same guy, gal, whatever? So I want to introduce you to a simple step that you can add into your selection process that will give you a ton of information so you can make the most informed decision possible. And this is called a pre-hire project. And a pre-hire project basically means you're going to have them do some of the work they do in the job before they get the job. So you can see their quality of work, how long it takes them to do it, and a lot of other things like how do they communicate? How much instruction do they need? Do they ask you 17 follow-up questions to create, a social media image? Whatever it is, you will get a ton of information from that short, limited exposure of working with them, as well as seeing their end work product. A great example of this is of a client of mine who wanted to hire a content manager. And so they wanted someone who could research technical topics, write an engaging blog post, come up with tweetables, come up with social media, little blips and blurbs to include, and then come up with a lead magnet idea, as well as, to really kind of look at if we were going to boost this post, how would we boost it to be as effective as possible? And so they had 3 finalists. One person opted out. They didn't want to participate. Even though they were being paid for the pre-hire project, they opted out. And I think that's good riddance, right? Get out of there. If you're not able to compete for the role, you're not, for my team at least, if you want to hire somebody who, doesn't want to compete because they don't think they can win, that's your choice. It's a bad choice, but don't do that, I guess. Sorry, don't do that. Okay, so anyway, the other 2 did it, and the first person wrote a kind of life coachy, touchy-feely blog post and, had her tweetables and stuff, and it took her 4 hours. The other person wrote a article on a technical topic and infused it with personality and made it very engaging. She wrote great tweetables, came up with a great lead magnet. She did everything on the checklist, and she did it in an hour and a half. So it took her way less time, and she did a much better job, and she actually followed the instructions. So obviously it was a no-brainer who they were going to offer the job to. So I encourage you to look at your situation and see how you can bring pre-hire projects into it. Lots of times a graphic designer, it's having them do a basic design. And, if you're hiring a coder, have them code a basic page. If you are hiring a sales rep, have them do a ride-along, or have them role play with you. You need to see what they're actually going to be like in the role. Otherwise, you're just guessing. And when you guess, you're probably going to be wrong. Okay, I hope this helps. Please use pre-hire projects in your selection process and hit me up on Facebook to tell me how it worked, or if you're kind of stuck and you can't figure out how to make it work for you.